So just tell us about yourself, tell us about APW sports and why you created it and kind of just like your background.
Created it mainly because I was originally I had started writing blogs, but writing blogs was like I wasn't getting anywhere with it.
Mhm.
And I really didn't enjoy writing blogs. I was kind of doing it to kind of start itself off as something. But then I started watching other YouTubers, mainly one in particular that got inspired by me was a guy named Flimlo Raps. I've watched his videos a lot, and it was like, I can probably do something with this. Even though my videos are a little bit different as far as me just talking about what's going on the field. And you guys probably see behind me, I'm probably the biggest Bears
Yeah.
fan you know.
Oh yeah, we've
And
seen the content.
so it's just like, okay, let me find a way to kind of incorporate my love of football, my love for the Bears, and kind of like in video form is probably the reason why I kind of started it. And then it just turned into a whole different thing versus me talking about all of football. Because originally, hence the name, it wasn't just going to be football, it's going to be baseball, basketball. But I realized I didn't watch basketball enough. Baseball is too much to keep up with. And oddly enough, my first video was actually a WWE video, but uh, so I just decided I'm like, you know what? Let me just stick to what I love and what I do, and just make
Yeah.
football content. So that's basically how it started.
I see. Did you play football or you just really enjoy
Yeah,
watching it?
I played from I was like 8 years old
Oh
until my
wow.
senior year of high school.
Dang.
Wow.
What position do you play?
Started off at quarterback, but once I hit my growth spurt, my coach took one look at me and said, "Get on the line, boy." up
Damn.
up until probably like seventh, eighth grade is when I switched to the line, and I played that all the way to my senior year of high school.
Gotcha. Wow,
So,
dang. How was your experience like, I don't know, playing throughout your
Uh,
years?
I think earlier on was probably the more fun I had playing my younger years versus when I probably got to like maybe junior year in high school. I think that's where my mentality around playing and things started to really change. So I think up until sophomore year was probably the most fun that I had playing, and then in junior, senior year, mainly senior year, just felt like I was going through the motions.
Oh, I see.
mhm. Advice do you have for kids in football or people playing football?
My biggest advice is if you have an itch, try it. If you don't like it, get out of it early because I take for a little bit from my personal experiences. I had two concussions in high school, one freshman year, and I had one during my junior year. But the one freshman year, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Uh,
The one junior year, I didn't even tell my parents about it. So my best thing is young kids starting out, whenever I do have my kids, I won't have them playing physical contact probably until their high school years, personally, just so they can save their bodies.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
my best thing is just have fun with it. And if you don't have fun with football, the worst thing you can do is go through the motions. So if you don't have fun with it, you don't enjoy it, don't play.
Yeah, I like that. I like that advice. I feel like parents also put like some sort of pressure on you at times too,
Yeah,
so
so
it
I've
makes it
seen it
harder.
firsthand. Some parents do. Luckily enough, my dad didn't really pressure me. I wanted to play, and I was too young. I was like 6, and I wanted to play, and I was too young. So I'm lucky enough I didn't have that pressure to keep playing. He would.
Yeah,
Mhm.
My dad was one of the ones that if I didn't want to play, I wouldn't play.
right.
So yeah, I've seen that with parents pressuring their kids. So
Yeah, it makes it harder.
yeah.
Yeah, so what do you love most about the Bears? Are there any players that inspire you that you love?
Um, Actually, it's a funny story behind why I love the Bears so much. My dad actually worked for him growing up.
Oh,
So I
no
used to go to
way.
different events. I used to go to games and all that stuff. So oddly
Wow.
enough, I wanted to be my dad growing up. So oddly enough, fell in love with him. And if I had one player that actually inspired me growing up watching the Bears, of course, Urlacher was my favorite. But one probably in my younger years that inspired me to play and keep pushing forward was probably Charles Tillman. oddly enough, was Charles Tillman the way he played and some of the things he did. I think it'd have been Tillman.
Huh.
Okay.
What was it about like his playing or what he did
He
that
was just
inspired
he
you?
was fearless. No matter what receiver he went up
Okay.
against, he was fearless. Especially when he went up against Calvin Johnson. I like the fact that he was fearless. He was a very physical player, and it was like I could play that way.
Do you have any advice or anything you have to say about, mental health and any athletes dealing with mental health?
Um, definitely mental health. That's something I personally I take that very seriously with my own life now as an adult. I wish I would have took it more seriously then, because I probably wouldn't play through some of the pain that I played with,
Mm,
especially my senior year playing through a high ankle sprain, freshman year playing through knee swelling,
dang.
and I've never had any surgeries. I'm not trying to compare myself to you guys. You guys had surgeries, but I was fortunate enough to not have any surgeries.
Mhm.
But it can almost say during my football career, I had so many injuries. It was ridiculous. Whether it was finger, knee, ankle,
Yeah, just something.
I've had a lot. Even I had to miss my senior year of baseball because of an injury. So my best
Dang.
advice to give to guys with people that are playing in mental health, that's the first thing you pay attention to. First thing you pay attention to is what is your brain telling you. If you're if you're hurt and you don't feel like you can go, don't try to push your body beyond its limits because you're only going to be worse. So
Mhm.
if you
Yeah.
sitting there, you can't run, you can't do the stuff that will have you perform at the higher level or contribute to your team, don't do it because it's only going to make your body worse than actually letting it heal. And then when you're ready to play, you can go and give it your all. So my best thing is listen to your head, listen to your body, take care of both of them because you need both of them to be successful.
I think that's really important. I feel like
Right.
it's harder at a young age because you're just
It's
so like,
yeah, it's harder when you got
oh, you
coaches
know?
pressuring you if you're
Yeah,
trying to get a
exactly.
scholarship. It's a little bit harder, but if you have the right support system, because some high school coaches will literally not play you if even if bad grades. Some wouldn't actually look out for the best interest of you versus the team,
Yeah,
and that's a rarity to find, but
Yeah.
some will.
really. What are you doing right now? Like, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, what's the plan? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Now I'm actually my niece and my sister are over, so I'm about to go play with my niece. But other than that, I'm just living my life,
Living your life.
working and
I like that.
grinding and staying positive.
Just
Nice.
posting your passion on TikTok and
Yeah. TikTok, YouTube,
yeah,
I do all that. So yeah.
super cool.
That's awesome.
Well, we appreciate you letting us interview a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no problem
huge.
at all.
And you're very
If you
good at
guys need
talking.
again, I'll be here.
Okay,
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah. Do you
Because
want
I've watched
us?
some of you guys' stuff and I like you guys getting into the mental health space for athletes, and that is very important. So I
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, definitely not talked about enough. That's why we're trying to,
Definitely.
bring some light to it a little bit and
yeah.